Yo, 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 yo. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. It has been a whole week. I made a video. I'm going through withdrawal. I need to drop some charts. Last week, or a couple weeks ago, I had a pipe bust in the house, and I wasn't really able to get to my charts like I needed to and get them marked up. So I didn't. Took a couple trades on DJ. I got clapped a few times. My mind wasn't right. Then towards the end of the week, I got some recovery for those clap sessions. So I took buys going into the end of the week, Thursday and Friday, Thursday night, Friday night, and they played out well for me. I want to say I practiced this first buy here, and then this buy over here all the way up to the top. So um, I don't have any videos or anything that show where I got in or how I got in, but yeah, uh, ended off the week pretty much break even. This week, I've already got my charts marked up. Kind of go through them and tell you what I see, what I'll be expecting, what I'll be looking for. This week, we add the addition of gold, and then AUDJPY was already there. So right now, we're looking at 9 pairs to run through and review really quick. On the DXY, jumping out to the 4-hour time frame. The DXY is kind of tricky right now, simply because when you go out to the daily time frame, you got where price impulse up into the highs, had a slight retracement, and then it never created new highs. And this is kind of starting to look like a shift of structure, but there isn't really a break of structure until we get all the way back down to this level. So that's a lot of movement to the downside to where you potentially take shorts up into that level and then wait for the reaction from that level. I mean, price could even stall out here at this level before potentially pushing up, and giving new highs. So definitely something you want to think about, something to keep in the back of your mind and say that if we break this level, then we're definitely coming back down here. But if price action starts falling out back in between 93,672 and 93.80, we could potentially be going back to make new highs. From the analysis, what we got here, from the notes, price action can pull back to 93 even and still be bullish, which is way back down here. Levels in between will serve as reaction levels. First major support between 93,650, which is right here, and 93,700. So what I would be looking for, so price action is bullish. We had the last high, higher low, gave out some new highs. We had a retest of that higher low that did not produce new highs. We've already had the 50% retracement of this impulsive move to the upside here. So definitely want to wait to see what price action is going to do for you and how it's going to hold up. I do have continuation buys. If we can push and close above that 94,347 area, I would wait to really want to call it DXY continuation bullish until it breaks and closes above that 94,500 level. Right now we had 94.10 with the market being closed. Oh, market should be open 5 o'clock. Market should be cranking here shortly, but today's Saturday. Market ain't open. I'm tripping. But yeah, when the market opens tomorrow, then yeah, we're starting off at 94.10 level. Like I said, I want to see price close above that 94,500 level before, saying that this bullish continuation is going to happen. But based off last week, price action opened bearish, tried to retest the highs. It did retest, but it did not create new highs. And then it started somewhat creating bearish structure. But we, even on the 4-hour time frame, we still haven't closed below any major bullish structure levels back in over here. So those are the little things I pay attention to that kind of give me an insight of which direction the market is going. And then once I definitely see a close below, this level here or this level here, then I'll definitely somewhat consider the current sentiment for this week coming up to be bearish, and then possibly look to take shorts back into this 92. Oh yeah, 93 even level. Yeah, we call it 93 even. On to USDJPY. We've got our extreme bearish continuation zone marked up. There is no extreme bullish continuation zone, seeing as how this level was the previous high, and then we somewhat created a new high. So I don't really like this type of price action simply because looking left, you don't see a resistance until August 2018. I generally don't like to accept structure from way back then. So I will look for the exhaustion and then retest the structure we just broke out of. So psychologically, we should be looking for next potential higher high if price action should continue bullish. What I mean by that is last week's price action, we opened up over here on the 3rd. Price action gave you a low, then a high, higher low, higher low. Then it ended off the week on Friday at a higher high. So the first level I would look for price to stall out at within would be a little bit. Let's see what so the first level I look for price to stall out at, which is kind of high, would be 112, 112.06 and 111.970. So between that 1200 even level be the first reaction point. I'll see how price reacts there. If it doesn't stall out there and continues to drop, I'll be definitely looking to take the buys from down here. That's why I got possible buys from this level if we come down here, find support and push back up. And then I got possible sales right beneath that if price action comes below, shoots through that level, and then retest that level and then come back down to our extreme levels down here. So the current price action on UJ is currently bullish. So you have more of a tendency for the buys to play out than the shorts. But if the market doesn't present or set up to give you the buys, then you definitely got to be ready to take the short. So just keep your eye out for that, get your levels marked up, and be ready for any possible scenario. I don't really like this close because it kind of looks like an exhaustion candle, just based off of this big engulfing bullish candle here. So definitely wait to see how we retrace. Definitely wait to see how we retrace and see if we give you this type of motion here and then creep back up to the highs, or if we drop all the way back down and then give that type of motion back to the highs. Or if it doesn't want to continue bullish at all, and then just pulls all the way back, close below, retest that level, and continue to look for the shorts from down there. So you have got a lot of scenarios on UJ, and you definitely want to wait to see which one is going to be your best possibility for you to get in and get some good R&R, put some good trades in. On GJ, what we got on GJ. From the notes I got, we'll want to wait to see the reaction from this level to determine if price action should continue bullish. Going out to higher time frames on the daily, you've got your extreme levels here. You got the bullish continuation zone, which is where we stalled out on Friday, and you got the bearish down here. This, let me see why. Higher, low. Yeah, so this area here is marked as your bullish continuation zone because this is the last area where price respected and gave you the new low. We pulled back, respected that area, did not create new lows, and then we came out at the end of last week and closed right at that zone where price rejected from earlier. So pretty much grabbing supply from up here and then just melting off to create new lows. And now we're closing above or right at that level. So that's why I say you definitely want to wait to see the reaction from this level to determine if price action should continue bullish. If it does not continue bullish at market open, step down to the 4. The higher highs and higher lows being created. I would wait to see how price acts up in and around this area, 132, 149 to 132.045. This will be your first major support, by the way that I mark up, because this will be the previous higher low before you got the new higher high. So price action opened back over here on the 3rd, created a low, gave you a high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Higher low, higher high back over here, higher low here, and then the new high. So you definitely want to see, you know, price action come back, give you some type of action right here, and then take off from there. Yeah, it does not. And we do the downtrend type deal and close below this level here at 152.045. You definitely wait for the retest back into that level and then take the shorts back to the previous higher low. Current price action is bullish. So current price action is bullish. So you definitely have a higher probability of the buys playing out. But if not, you definitely, like I always say, you got to be ready for the shorts. The notes I've already jotted down here. Weekly time frame price action was in a bear. Weekly time frame price action was in bear structure. Price action wick the previous extreme low. Price action wick the previous extreme low. Then started pushing bullish, which is this price action here, and never creating a new low. So like I said, we wicked through this low, which you can see by this candle here, but we never created a new low below this area over here. There is strong bullish momentum pushing towards the previous lower high on the weekly, which is this area right here. So all this is the strong bullish momentum from the weekly, which is about 2 or 3 candles on the weekly chart. But here, you sitting at about 20 or something candles, but pushing back into this level on the weekly chart. If we break and close below after the exhaustion, I would say the next resistance will be up around 153, 161, between 153, 161 and 153, 348. So we'll definitely want to see how price action open up as always. Look for some type of support down in these levels and then possibly catch the buys back into the highs. Pretty much same type of price action on GU. We got bullish lower lows, lower highs structure still forming on the weekly. We do have this 4H order block sitting right here on GU. And generally, I would like for price action to push into this level, which is about 39, 40 pips away from where price action, or that's a little bit more than that. Yeah. Price action currently is up into that level. You're looking at about 70 pips. And then from the continuation buy zone, you're looking at about 40 pips. So depending on how you trade, depending on how you get in, depending on your risk management strategy, trading psychology and philosophy, you potentially got a 70 pip range before price pushes back into this 4H order block. Now, seeing that we do have this double top within this major overall downtrend, price action could just fall from here and just keep selling off. Does it confirm with the DXY? The DXY look like it could push bullish. UJ look like it can continue bullish. So you could expect some more shorts from GBP USD. What I have here is we've got bullish structure from the previous 2 weeks, creating a new high, but then sometime during, this is Wednesday on the 3rd. Yeah, Wednesday on the 3rd, we had a break of structure to the downside with a complex correction. Never giving you a new high, only wicking the previous high, and now price action has 2 bearish candles coming from that level. So you definitely want to wait to see if price action is going to close above this level and wick into that order block first, or if it's just going to keep shorting, come down to this low break, retest, and then continuation, get some shorts back below 35,421. Depending on how you trade, depending on how long you've been in the game, depending on the setup you chase, you could potentially catch short from way up here, but there ain't no guarantees because price action is still printing bullish. This is all uptrending. This is all uptrending. Price is getting higher and higher and higher from these levels. So if you want to be safe, wait for it to break through all this, retest, and then drop. You want to be what I've heard called cowboy, then, you know, pop in and get in where you fit in. If you believe in the 4-hour order block theory, then wait for a price action to push into that level and then short off. I think on GU, since DXY is potentially bullish, UJ is potentially bullish, I would be looking for more of, I like this 4-hour order block setup more than anything right now because I've seen this play out a few times. So see here. Right here, we've got the liquidity grab with a 40 pip range. We've got a liquidity grab with this candle here. and with a 50 pip reaction, which did not create a new low based off of this higher low structure format right here. So there's a great potential that, we could possibly gap to the bottom, respecting this structure, and then push up into that 4-hour order block, looking left, and potentially just crash from there. So there's definitely a lot of possible scenarios that could play out. So what you want to do, sit back and wait, get you some popcorn, and just be sitting and waiting on the market and just be ready for things to crank up. Because I mean, it could go either direction at this point because we're sitting in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, we just bounced off of this resistance, but at the same time, you're not sitting at that resistance. Premium shorts would have been from up here, and now you just kind of, this is your manage to trade type level, take off some profits type level, that sort of thing. So yeah, it's looking good. AU, 4 time frame. AU was kind of difficult to mark up simply because on the higher time frames, delete this fibs. Higher time frames, we had a break instruction from this downtrend. We got a downtrend back over here looking left. You know what I'm saying? You see all that price action getting lower and lower and lower. And then what you have is we found some type of support right here, some type of demand zone, probably looking left, and created new highs, breaking above the structure that gave you the new lows. You had the retracement, which is this zone right here is about the 50% retracement. That's why I had the fib on there. Let's see if I can get it back. Well, we had the fibs on there. Back over, and you can see how price came back to that 50. Kind of respected and played around in that 50% retracement area. Got some downside liquidity grabbed to push price action higher. And then now we're sitting back on top of that 50% level. So I say this is difficult to mark up because overall on the daily time frame and higher, we were completely bearish. But on your intraday time frame, you've got a break of structure with a 50% retracement already play out and price action reacting back to the upside. So note we got to see what I was expecting. Like I said, break of structure, 50% retrace on the weekly already played out. Price action still overall bearish, sitting in a delicate situation. Price action on the 4H is very rangy. So yeah, I would want to see buys above 73,400 and potential continuation shorts below 72,250. There is a huge range in between that. So right now, price action is still creating higher highs and higher lows. We could see price action respect this level here. It could to give us a new high. The way I would possibly get in is wait for it to break, retest, confirm that we're still going bullish, and then catch the buys back into the extreme. If not, what I want to see is some of these minor resistance levels right here start to be broken, and prices give you the break and retest bear structure back into the sell continuation zone. If I see, draw it up so we can see it here. If I see price break this level, then come down and break this level, and then come down and break this level, I would have already been looking for shorts by the time we broke this first one, and then acting up to the downside. So you got the break, retest, break, retest, the break, retest structure back over there, and then come all the way back down. So I would have been looking to act up on some shorts, back once we break this low retest and kind of, if it depends on, when I come to the market or where, price action is once I, went back to look at it. But this downtrend structure, if this potentially plays out, that's what I would be looking for. And then possibly get in off one of these, break and retest down here back into the continuation sell zone. If we break below there, definitely shorts back into the extremes and just get it cracking that way. So definitely a waiting game on AU. Jumping off to AUDJPY, pretty much the same structure. On the daily time frame, we had a shift or a break of structure over here. It's a little high that gave you the new low. Price action had some type of demand, pushed up higher, gave you a break of structure. We got the extremes right where price action is right now. So definitely want to wait to see what type of reaction we get here. Are we going to push through to this next structural level, or are we going to exhaust and then come back, do some type of pullback back into these lows over here, and then push higher? Weekly price action from last week. What I would have been looking for, when I come to the charts, try to create a story for myself to try to see where price came from, to tell me where price is going. Looking at previous price action back from September, we were completely bearish. Back in over September 22nd, we had a break of this bearish structure, giving you a new high, a higher low, a new high, double bottoming off this structure looking left. So this would have been the signals or the type of things I would have been looking for out of the market to tell me that this price action potentially wants to continue bullish. From this double bottom, this would have been probably a buy signal for me because we're respecting that area / support where price initiated the new high from previously. So last week's weekly open came out bullish. It gave you somewhat of an equal high of the previous weekly's high. Then you have the higher low. This low is higher than that low. So this potentially would have been a second buy signal here because we've got a support backing over on this level and we are respecting that support here. And of course, it gave you a new high based off of this level here. So if price action pulls back and respects this area, then we should look for buy from here. When I say this area, this is the higher low, the new high, potential higher low, and then confirmed higher low by giving you this new high. So I want to see price action come back to this level here and create a support and then possibly catch buys back into the extremes or the next structural level. And JPY. We got a supply zone right up in here, bearish structure, bearish structure, bearish structure. Intraday time frame, we had a breaking structure here. Daily time frame and higher, we had a breaking structure back in over here. So with the intraday time frame trading, you would have this breaking structure. Price gave you a new high. We got a support back in over here. This would have been your first buy signal if you were trading last week at JPY's price action. This looked like some Friday type deal, so I don't think I would have been looking for that at all. Going into last week's, or this is 2 weeks ago, this is last week's. Well, we see his price action open up bullish, came down, gave you a small support, and then gave you a new high. So the second buy signal would have been looking for buys in and around this area here where price initiated the new high previously. So going forward, price action has broken out and given you a new high. I would simply just wait for a retracement on this 50% or greater. I like to enter from this 70%. That's why I got it green right here. But I also know that 50% plays out a lot within the market on certain currencies. So I got market currently overextended. Should definitely wait for some type of exhaustion. You can have potentially buys from the area we broke, the previous high that we broke, which is right at that 50% mark to create new highs, or I don't think there will be any potential. We would have to close below all this for me to potentially be looking for shorts. Yeah, you can take shorts from this level, but the probability of them being as highly successful as buys are not very high at this point. So definitely want to be looking for buys out of this CAD JPY structure after we get some type of retracement. USD CAD. Got our exchange marked up here. 2 weeks ago, when I was marking this up, I saw this as a potential shift of structure, but I wasn't willing to confirm it as a shift of structure because the extreme low hadn't been broken yet, and I knew that there would have to be a lot of price action play out before we got down to that level. But as you can see from that time 2 weeks ago, we have just been completely bearish, looking like we want to go and retest those extremes, or at least break and then continue bearish from those extremes. So I got, if price action opens bullish, we'll look for at least a 50% retracement, which is back this way. If we continue bearish, we'll wait for a break and retest for confirmation for continuation of the sell side. And basically what that means is this range from my continuation sell zones to the extreme lows is pretty tight. But if we make it all the way to the bottom, you're looking at about a 30 pip range. So you definitely want to wait to see the break and retest for confirmation of the continuation to the sell. But overall, being in the market for a little bit now, I would definitely wait for the retest for it to come up here, grab some type of liquidity, find some type of resistance, find some type of demand zone to bounce off of, and then continue back into the lows. Last but not least, Mr. Gold. I don't trade gold often. It's probably been months since I've taken a gold trade, but I see a lot of people are profitable off of it. I'm marking this up because some of the people in my Stupid Pips group on Telegram, they trade gold. So I just want to look and see what I can find. And mostly from what I see is ranging. We got uptrend, we got downtrend, back and forth, blah, blah, blah. Last 2 week structure have been bearish. At the end of last week, we did have a break of structure on the intraday time frames, creating a new intraday high, and then it just started consolidating. It eventually pushed back into the previous lower high, that kind of gives you a new low based off the daily time frame, which is here. High, low, lower high, lower low, break of structure, new high, retracement, rejection. So we're rejecting this area here. So if price action pushes back above 1778.56, potential buys back into the extreme, break and retest, same thing got going on over here. Or with this big ass rejection, I wouldn't expect price action to continue bullish right now, simply because that's a lot of rejection. And the trend is currently bearish. So you have a higher probability of those shorts playing out for you back to the downside. So right here on the notes, I just got to wait for the range to break. And when I say range, I'm just looking at this area down to this area. Like that. Wait for the range to break. And then just attack it from that way. That is pretty much all I got for this one. I do have all these marked up. I probably will not end up trading all these pairs. I have them marked up because it gives me a variety of pairs to potentially go through and see which currencies are going to give me the best possible trade setup. So I'll go back through these, before the weekend's over and see which ones give me the best opportunity to get, good risk and rewards on. Which one I see have a higher probability playing out based off of currency strength, compare and contrast, finding confluence, all that good stuff. That's pretty much all I got for this one. Welcome to the U.